So, David, I thought I would send you a small piece of fire agate, too, that has an interesting story. And of course, it's got a little face on it, kind of a nose and one eye and a little goofy grin. Might have been Richard Nixon. You never know after I punched him in the nose. But it's not, I don't think. And if you look around, you might find some other faces on it. There's, little cartoon-like faces. Let me see. A great big heart. And multiple entendre are the rule rather than the exception. So if you look and just take your time, play with it in the morning. Fire agate is really the orangey red stuff in here, and the fire agate cutters call this bacon fat, and they call it quartz too, of course, and it's not. Um, it's found in the same places opal is, but further away from the fault line. Opal forms pretty quick. This stuff supposedly forms slowly. And it's not quartz. Because when you do a hardness test on it, it's 10 on the Mohs scale of hardness, like a diamond. And I believe it's just platinum. Might be platinum and silicon carbide together. I don't know. There's definitely two kinds of mineral here. And it's got outrageous colors. And what we do is we cut it down to this. It's called botryoidal formation. And chalcedony is famous for it. Some other things do it too. The copper mineral malachite does it. Few other things. I'm not a big one on too many different kinds of non-gem rocks, and so I just concentrate on the opal mostly. That's what I've been looking for 35 years. My wife and I bought our first one in San Francisco in Chinatown. Bought a black opal from a guy, and that went in her wedding ring when I made her wedding ring. So this is a way, way, way cool stone, and when I've got some other pictures of it that show it when it's light, and I'll send you a couple. Um, you can put the light behind it and look through it, kind of. But the fire layer for fire agate is right on top of these guys, between this and this. And sometimes you can see it from underneath, kind of like this. And the botryoidal is grape-like, and they are indeed grape-like. And you see that kind of pearly sheen there? That's what platinum does. Okay, and there's another thing that quartz doesn't do at all, and that is, if you look closely, you can see little squares, little cross-hatched squares, and they're actually cubes because it's cubic, not hexagonal. Well, it's face-centered, cubic, hexagonal, and this lights up in ultraviolet because of maybe because of the silicon carbide in it. I don't know if there is any. I don't know that there is. This white stuff, platinum is a white metal, and this got melted in subsequent volcanic activity. So there was volcanic ash laid down in a fault line, and it was volcanic ash that just fell out of the sky, and they tend to collect in the gaps between mountains, right, like this. Boom, 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 and you find volcanic ash down the middle. But actually, it started out covering the whole thing. And it's washed away in the time since the KT extinction event, but not completely, and so, you find volcanic ash all over the place, and it is where you find fire agate in Arizona and Mexico, and also opal. And the opal here is also not opal, it's also 10 on the Mohs scale of hardness. And I'm still working on that. I just figured this out a little while ago, and I've been kind of busy trying to get off of the medicine. So I haven't really had a chance to complete that line of research. But this is a beautiful stone. Now here's the story. The Fibonacci sequence is the sum of the previous two numbers give you the next number. So it's 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144. It's the 12th whole number in the Fibonacci sequence. 144 is also, of course, 12 squared. Look at that in there. Isn't that cool? Wow, man. And those are not layer after layer after layer put on by millions of years. Those are planes of cleavage in there. Okay, so a friend of mine over in Safford, which is where they mine fire agates in this part of Arizona, had a little contest to guess the number, right? And so I use 144 for my magic number, right? That's about as close to a magic number as I can imagine. It's 12 squared. It's the 12th Fibonacci sequence number. And so I put it down. 144. And he's a friend of mine. I've known him for a while. He delivers for UPS out there in Safford. And my best friend Wendell was from out there, so I've just gotten to know people out there because I've got a mining location there too, a few miles from my friend Wendell's house, old house. And so this guy picked my number. I don't think he actually did a drawing. I think he just picked a number off of there and picked me, maybe, because he wanted to send me this rock. I don't know. Anyway, he did send it to me, and you know, people put those stupid games up all the time, and maybe out of 100 different tries with 144, the magic number, I've won exactly once. So this is the one. and, and I thought I'd pass it on to you, bro. It's a beauty, man. It's a beauty. And there's a guy I'm going to introduce you to one day soon. Got one eye and a goofy smile. And I find him in my rocks all the time. I thought, man, does everybody get these guys with one eye smiling at them? And you know, I've been looking around and I haven't found anybody else doing that, getting goofy guys smiling at them. And you know, I'm a little bit crazy, and it's okay. It's not really crazy because I take pictures of it, right? My camera's not crazy. My camera records the universe as it really is. We measure the universe with light because that way we get to accurate measurements. We used to use like a platinum meter rod. A unicorn, look at that. Isn't that cool? Anyway, there's all kinds of cool shit on this, and you can trip on it for hours and hours and hours. It's good for morning meditations. Good to take pictures of, too. You learn a lot when you take pictures because we miss so much with our eyes. We only see in a very narrow spectrum. And when I take pictures, I can develop with Snapseed, which brings in near and far infrared if I do more than 3 iterations. And that's when I can see this stuff glowing. And it's beautiful, man. It is really beautiful. Look at that, huh? So, there you go.